The Salvatore School goes on a family road trip. Shady Agent Clark is back, and the mummy and his hornets are on the loose. Stay tuned.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz
Hey, AfterBuzzers, today we're talking about Legacies episode 12, titled The Mummy is on Main Street. Of course, we had your fiercest moments, news and gossip, and predictions. Before we get started, let me introduce you to my lovely co-host. How you doing today?
What's up? It's Joshua right here. Glad to be here.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here as well. So what are your overall thoughts on tonight's very action-packed episode?
That is a good way to put it. It was very action-packed. I like that we were able to find out the history of what happened with Lizzie and Hope. And I like that Caleb was on the loose tonight.
Yes. I have to say, something that really stood out to me tonight was, and by the way, I'm Alexis, also your host for tonight. I totally didn't introduce myself. I'm Alexis. But tonight what I really did like that stood out to me was Alaric's and Caleb's relationship. I think that it's always been tick for tack with them. Yeah. And I think that I really love that aspect of the relationship, the episode, as well as, I'm going to agree with you, with Lizzie and Hope, like us actually finding out what has been the beef all this time between them. So let's get started. So they go on a family road trip to it's Maple Hollows, I guess South Carolina, SC, I'm assuming. And I like the dynamic of it, like a big family road trip. Did you like that? I think it was pretty cool. You had the car sick one, the one asking, are we there yet, 50 million times, the person that's trying to do the games in the car. How did you feel about them bringing that aspect into them taking this road trip to, actually go after the urn?
I think it gave us a real sense of what's going on at the Salvatore School. Now that you see them in the road trip, they're like a real family. They're arguing. The driver is saying, I don't need directions, I'm not lost. And then you have the two adults in the back who are like auntie and uncle who are saying, hey, children, calm down, relax, don't distract the driver. So I like that they brought that aspect in.
Yes. And then we also have Hope and Lizzie, I guess kind of arguing in a sense, and Lizzie's like, you always ruin my spring breaks, and then she brings up the fire, which I guess that ruined the spring break a couple of years ago when they were going to go to Destin. I thought that was, I wouldn't have expected that to be one of the reasons why Lizzie, I guess, was so upset with Hope. Did you like how they brought that dynamic into the show?
I did like how they brought it in the show. We've been waiting to see why Lizzie has had this animosity to Hope, and now we understand what was going on. It was it was just confusion.
Miscommunication. That's like the biggest thing when it comes to like relationships and issues that we have going on. And then let's talk about this shady Triad Agent Clark. We saw him a couple of episodes back when he actually with Landon's mom, and then we saw him when they were actually in Kansas. So was it a surprise to you that he's back, and then he ends up being back in Maple Hollows out of all places?
Yes, Ivan is, I just want to point out here, Ivan Soto in the chat. Hello, Ivan. We're here.
Hey,
we're gonna make sure and look at the chat tonight for you all. I see that you all are talking about how Josie had a crush on Hope, Ivan Soto, Billie Jean Girl 24. So it was Josie's fault that Lizzie and Hope hate each other. So yes, now we're getting to the bottom of that. So we'll definitely delve into that a little bit later. But I did want to talk about the shady Triad Deputy Clark. He's been showing up a lot. He was very interested in Landon's location. Remember a couple of episodes back. And so now that he's here, he noticed Hope right away. And Hope had to go to her father or go to Dr. S and say, hey, wait a minute, this guy's been here before. And they had to try to find a way to keep him deterred, but he still found out. And
it's like, honestly, I think he knew. Like, as soon as he saw them, I think he already knew. And you know how she kind of got that, that hush that, oh, I think he looks familiar. Yeah. He knew too. Like, he knew before, and that's why he approached, I feel like that's why he approached Alaric and kept saying, oh, you're from Rayleigh. And then he's like, no, I'm from Roanoke. Like,
and he attacked him.
Yeah.
He was like a way he was saying, I know who you are, but I'm going to see if I can trip you up. And Dr. S kept it under control. He's like Roanoke, not Raleigh, Roanoke.
You know what he was doing. He didn't want to get caught up. And so back to the shady Agent Clark, when he decided to say he goes to Alaric and like, I need your help, you have these supernaturals, did you expect him to be shady in the sense that he was shady? Because he made it seem like, oh, I need your help and all this, but then at the end of the day, he just wanted to earn. And you
Yes.
see he like kind of gave him an ultimatum, give me the urn or Dorian and Emma, which you're going to choose.
Yeah, he was he was being patronizing from the beginning. You know, talking to Dr. S, making it seem like, oh, I know you're just here, and then all of a sudden, I searched your van. I know who you are. You know, it was like he was trying to use his information, his intel, to try and get over on Dr. S, but Dr. S still had the last say, even though he had to give up the urn, he still had the last say, because no matter what, in this situation, he has more of the power. He's at the Salvatore School with all of the supernaturals.
Shady little Agent Clark. I knew something wasn't right with him. And hey guys, before we move on to our next topic, we just wanted to say thank you for making us the ESPN of TV talk. For us to continue to grow, we could use your help. If you're on YouTube right now, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. And if you're on iTunes, please give us a 5-star rating. You can find us on Spotify as well. But no matter where you are, leave us a comment so you can get involved in the conversation. We do shout you out. Being a part of AfterBuzz has meant so much to all of us. We truly appreciate you supporting us and doing what we love. And don't forget to tell your friends to keep enjoying our shows.
I want to point out something here, a question that was asked by Ivan Soto. He asked, does Clark's baby face make him not as threatening?
A little bit.
I don't know. To me, it makes me feel more threatened by him.
Really?
Yeah, because he's trying to use his looks in a positive way, but you can tell there's the way he squinches his eyes or how he turns his head to the side. To me, I feel like he's more threatening.
Yeah, I think his looks can help. For example, the Kansas situation, how he played to be somebody that worked for a gas company.
Yeah, gas leak,
I
yeah.
feel like his looks are good for situations like that to, like, I guess, kind of trick a regular citizen into believing he's this type of person.
Yeah, he's something he's not.
But he still gives me shake. Like, even though his looks, I think his looks is a pro when it comes to something like that. But for someone that knows and gets that hint, like, okay, something not right with him, it's kind of like, he's just shady all over. But
Yeah, he's shady.
I agree. His looks, it's like, I guess it depends on the person and the situation, if it's helping him or if it's not helping him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I agree, Ivan. His baby face can help him just a tad bit, but he also has that very, like, evil side of him that you can see a lot.
And Isabel Vargas points out, even though we didn't see Landon this week, I feel that Clark and Landon might be related.
I think it's his dad. I still
think so
believe
too.
it's his dad.
I do think so too.
Because I feel like he knows that Landon is at the school. He's not going to let us know that right now, but
Of
he
course
knows
not.
Landon is at the school. So
Yes.
I definitely still think he's Landon's dad, because why is he looking for him? Like,
Yeah,
that
why
doesn't
would he
make
be
sense.
so interested?
He's his dad.
Yeah, something's up.
That something's up. Something is up. And then let's talk about the mummy and his hornets. So that whole situation with I wasn't expecting the Harbinger to be a mummy, for one. For two, the fact that the hornets, he's the one releasing the hornets. How did you feel about the scene where the hornets come and then immediately we have FEMA there, which we learned that is eventually Triad. But when I first saw that, I was like, how did they get there so quick? That just, like, FEMA's not on call like that to just automatically be there, and then
with tents and workers and everybody was there just taking over, ready to commandeer the town and save the day. But then that's when Dr. Clark shows up again. And then you see, everything is connected. The Triad Industries, you have the emblem that's representation of the Triad, Landon's mom was wearing in the picture. And all of those things add up because Clark was there, Dr. S was there, everyone was there. They all knew something was going on in Maple Hollow, South Carolina.
And then isn't it funny that as soon as we have the Salvatore School arriving, boom, the Hornets weren't there before, but all of a sudden they're there.
Exactly.
And then boom, here comes the Triad, but FEMA.
Yes.
And all of a sudden, it's just like all that. It's like they were waiting for them to arrive, in my opinion. Like, they knew that they were coming.
Well, Hope pointed that out. Hope said that she asked everyone, and she found out the biggest ball of yarn is here, but nothing took place. All of a sudden, Josie gets stung. So Hope pointed out, we're the reason the many plagues are coming. They're following us because they know that we're looking for the urn. And meanwhile, Dorian was somewhere scuba diving looking for it,
And he finds it.
Yeah, he found it.
And then what tripped me out and what was really funny is Dorian is standing there with the urn, and then we have the Triad, I don't know, you call it the Triad group coming in to get the urn. Did it confuse you that the mummy didn't attack Dorian? He just took the urn. Like, you saw he sent his hornets to attack all the little Triad group, but he really didn't do anything to Dorian but take the urn. Like, why do you think he didn't, why didn't he do to Dorian what he did to the guys in black, the Triad guys, I guess you want to call them?
I don't know. Maybe the Triad is not as positive towards the monsters as we think. Someone pointed this out, talking about the monsters. I think it's 401 Felix says, watching Legacies makes me sad because the monsters keep winning.
That's true.
But are they winning overall, or are they just winning the small battles? You have battles and wars.
Yeah.
Are they just winning these little situations here, or are they winning overall? And we don't. That remains to be seen.
I think they're winning the small battles, but, hopping into the last scene of the episode where, we have Shady Agent Clark with the urn, and I feel like he's not for, like, how he makes himself to be a good person.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's not for what he stands for, because why does he throw the urn in the Malavore goo, or whatever you want to call it? What are you laughing at?
I'm laughing at Ivan. I'm sorry, Ivan. That was Ivan who was questioning the monsters, not Felix. Thank you, Ivan.
Correcting you.
I like Ivan. Whoever you are, Ivan Soto, I really appreciate you. I like you a lot, man.
Yeah, back to Agent Clark, him throwing the urn in the Malavore goo, big puddle of dark. Yeah,
the tarp.
Do you think I don't know, I wonder, I feel like he says he's there to protect and to, what do you say, protect the world from the bad, but
he could
really?
He could have an ulterior motive.
Oh, he does.
He seems like the type of person that doesn't like anyone who's more powerful than him. Mm-hmm. So his way to get over that is to eliminate all of the monsters, all of the supernaturals, so then everybody is even. But
how is he's not really eliminating them if he's throwing the urn into the...
Well, remember, Hope said that, Malavore is hell adjacent.
Mm-hmm.
They were talking about, or Dr. S said it's hell adjacent.
Mm-hmm.
So the question is, could it be a place where the monsters go when they're destroyed?
Yeah, that's true.
And they're not on Earth anymore?
Yeah.
I don't know. We don't know yet.
Yeah, we don't.
We don't know. It's just something to think about.
And then let's piggyback to the mummy and the hornet. So when they defeated the mummy, did you think that they had ulterior motives? So you saw how they defeated the mummy, but really they didn't defeat the mummy. They did that to get Clark off their back, but then they knew he was going to come back.
Of course.
That threw me for a loop. I thought they defeated him, but then I was like, well, that was kind of too easy. That was too easy.
Yeah, you did say that.
But I was like, he not gone. But then honestly, I thought that maybe they thought they defeated him, but they didn't. But I didn't expect them to. That was their plan. Like, did you think that was going to be the overall plan?
Well, they were waiting for him outside of the van, in the van outside of the tent. Mm-hmm. So they were aware that he was not gone, and then they were aware how to kill him. So Josie did something. I feel like what you said is right, to have Dr. Clark's or Deputy Clark's trust. Mm-hmm. But they knew in the end, we have to do more than this to get rid of this monster. They've killed many monsters in previous episodes. They know it takes more than a cough and a sneeze to kill a monster.
Yes. So they had their little ulterior motives, which shocked me, because I knew that he wasn't gone because it was just too easy, but I didn't expect them to have their little, their ulterior motives. And I also loved how Alaric had Caleb, he kind of was the key to the plan, because he compelled that worker to get the urn and then bring it to them at the end. Did that shock you? Because remember, he said that he had something for Caleb that wasn't gonna be, I guess, what did he say? I can't remember the exact words he said, but remember?
Oh, you mean when they were at the Salvatore School?
When they were in the tent, and he told Caleb what he wanted him to do, which was compel all the citizens of Maple House. He said that he had something else for him. So I didn't expect it to be for him to compel that lady and then meet them on the random street on the road and bring them the urn. Did that part shock you? With that being the, I guess the missing puzzle to their key plan?
It did shock me. Caleb is thirsty for human blood. He has made that very clear. Okay,
he's tired of that animal blood.
I know. He's like, look, this is not doing it for me. Mm-hmm. So when he was able to compel the humans, and Ivan points out that it was funny. I thought it was funny too. It was actually ironic, because he usually uses his powers to drink, to eat the humans, or to drink their bloods. And so for him to compel the humans to do something that would benefit them, to me, it was ironic, but it was positive. Like, it showed that he has self-control, that he's able to really listen and follow instructions. And Dr. S pointed that out. He let him know earlier. He was like, look, it's not going to be boring if you just listen to me. you know?
And then I like how he just wasn't compelling them. He was telling them things to benefit them. Like he was like, go to work. I guess he said, go to the first guy, go to work and ask for a raise or something.
Yeah.
So it shows that he actually does have a good side, which I think he does. He has a good side to him.
Yeah.
But I like how he wasn't just compelling them to forget. He was like, you do this, you
Giving
do
them
this.
advice. He told the girl to stop smoking. Yes, and I agree. Stop smoking.
I was like, yes, Caleb. That I really, really like that he did that. And then the biggest thing to me this episode was us finding out that Josie had a crush on Hope, and that she started the fire that Lizzie thought Hope started. That was a shocker to me. I didn't expect to hear that, Josie had a crush on Hope.
I'm telling you.
And she said, who wouldn't?
I'm saying.
Then it was cute when Hope was like, you had a crush on me? I thought that was really cute. So how did you feel about that, with that being like the big shocker of the episode?
Yeah, well, first I want y'all to let us know in the chat what y'all think about Hope and Josie having a relationship. Because remember, I said that I didn't like Josie and Penelope together.
Oh, no. Nobody liked Josie and Penelope together. No,
but I thought it was funny that, to me, it let me know that Josie is more knowledgeable of Lizzie's personality.
She is.
Because the entire reason she went through this whole scenario was to keep Lizzie from thinking that she liked Hope. So in that sense, it lets me know Josie is aware that Lizzie tries to take everybody she likes. That's part of being a narcissist. It's all about me. It's all about me. And so Josie says, well, I wrote a note. How about I just set it on fire? And it ended up ruining Hope because she lost a lot of valuable things in the painting that she had with her father.
Yeah. I try to play devil's advocate on the situation because I feel like if Josie would have told Lizzie that she liked Hope, I just couldn't see Lizzie going after Hope. I don't know, maybe she would have just because she knows that Josie liked her, but I can't see Lizzie, because she kind of had like this vendetta against Hope. Before that, she always felt some type of way towards Hope, so I can't see her wanting to go after Hope, but who knows? Who knows? We don't know. It didn't happen, so who knows?
Isabel Vargas says, I don't think Hope and Josie will have a romantic relationship. And Ashley says, I want Josie and Penelope together, laugh out loud. Well, Ashley, I just have a different opinion about that.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. I think Josie and Hope would be cute, but Hope has been landed now, so that's just like wishful thinking. I don't think that's going to happen.
Ivan Soto pointed out something very clever here. Lizzie and Hope are both straight, so why would Josie think Lizzie would go after Hope?
That's what I'm saying, Ivan. I agree. I don't think if Josie would have told Lizzie, I don't think Lizzie would have I just don't. She didn't really like Hope like that, so I don't see her. I get why she did it. I understand. But
that, yes.
I don't see Lizzie going after Hope, so I feel like she did all of this really was for no reason. She could have avoided it.
Well, see, I'm different in this situation.
Okay.
I've known situations where I've grown up, and my dad used to say, when you like a girl, don't tell your homeboy.
That's true.
Because he may not like that girl until you like her.
That's true.
Maybe that's Josie's point of view. Like, she could be saying, I like Hope, and yes, Lizzie is straight, but Lizzie could possibly start to learn to like Hope just because I like her. That's how I looked at it.
That's true, too. I don't know. I think that's I'm happy they didn't write that in the storyline. That's just a question mark. But, yeah, I don't know. I feel like Lizzie wouldn't have liked Hope. But Josie knows. So I feel like she did what was best. But, yeah. Do you have any final thoughts on this episode tonight?
I just like how we were able to really break into everybody's backgrounds now.
Yeah.
There's just been this looming question. I wanted to know what was going to happen with Caleb, with Rick. He's just has been non-trusting of him, and even though Caleb was selected to the board, and just Dr. S has just been so non-trusting of him. I also like how we learned about Lizzie and Josie, but then the side of Josie I saw, remember a couple of weeks ago when they came out like P. Diddy, and we were talking about how Josie was fierce.
Fierce.
Yeah, well, that shows me that she is, though. She's a person where she seems like a type B individual, and she has to be pushed to be something, and so for her to set fire, and it became a great fire. I really like that we see Josie now. Like, Josie has the power to do some really strange things if you push her. I really like that they brought that out.
She's the underdog. The underdogs always come out on top. So.
Not always. Because the Lakers are not winning this year.
The Lakers, that's a whole different story. But, yeah, I have to agree with you. Josie, I like that because at the beginning, her character was kind of like quiet and like timid and, I'm going to be my sister's the back burner to my sister. And now she she's speaking up for herself.
Yeah, she is.
Even the scene with them, defeating the mummy the first time, she quickly put that spell on her mouth. And so them,
Yeah, she's like, not here, bruh.
Yeah, so I like that they're evolving her character a little more. I like seeing this side of Josie. She's not, I think as the show goes on, we're going to get that fierce side that we saw in the episode, the past couple episodes. So I like that. And then also what I want to touch on, how do you feel about Dorian and, okay, this made me mad. So Dorian and Emma, okay, this made me really mad because I don't like the fact that Emma, I agree with her telling Dorian, but I don't like that she did. She should have told him that when it happened. She shouldn't have waited. And then Dorian gets upset and punches Alaric in the face. And then says he quit. I'm like, come on, Emma. I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
So do you blame Dorian for quitting because Rick and Emma shared a kiss?
Yes and no. This is why.
Okay.
I feel like, yes, I think maybe not quitting, but I understand him being mad and punching Alaric because Alaric should have been the one to tell him that he kissed Emma.
True, I agree.
So that's one. But for two, I feel like you can't be mad at somebody because of the way they feel. I don't know. I feel he obviously really likes Emma, and Alaric wasn't aware that Dorian was even dating Emma at first. So how can you be, when he was telling her his feelings, how can you be really that upset with him? I think it's two ways to go about it. I don't blame him for hitting, because I feel like Alaric should have told Dorian himself. It shouldn't have been from Emma, because they are friends. Him and Dorian have the relationship, but yeah, he kind of just the punch, and then he deserved the punch. But the quitting was like, come on now.
Now we have a new person in the chat, Jana Wright. Shout out to Jana Wright. Hello, glad you're here with us. She points out Emma is just starting drama.
That's what I'm saying.
Uh-oh, wait a minute now.
No, she really is, because why was she? I just don't like the way she went about that. I feel like if she was going to tell Dorian, she should have told him from the beginning. Like, why you wait till now? You should, when it happened, you should have. If she's dating Dorian, she should have told him when it happened. Don't wait till now to tell him. Of course he gonna get mad.
Okay, so then this is my question, because I really want to see the. Okay. So Rick was unaware that Dorian and Emma were dating. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. He was not aware.
I'm assuming he wasn't aware when he kissed.
No, he didn't.
Okay. So he didn't know.
when he kissed Emma, Emma says, "I have a boyfriend." She said, "I've been waiting all this time, but I have a boyfriend now. I'm dating someone." So Rick was like, "Okay, cool." And so when they went back to save everyone last week, that is when Rick found out that it was Dorian dating Emma. So he did not know when they kissed.
Exactly. So,
okay, so for me, Dorian punches Rick because Rick didn't tell him they kissed.
That's why.
But the reason he quit, in my opinion, is because he knows that Emma and Rick like each other.
And he knows that Emma has strong feelings for Alaric more than I think she has for Dorian.
But you know what? In my opinion, that's Dorian's fault.
And honestly, it is, because Dorian should. It's Dorian and Emma's fault, because when Emma said she had a boyfriend, she knows Alaric and Dorian have a good relationship, so therefore she should have told him it was Dorian.
Yeah, but this is where I come in. Emma knew that she liked Rick, and so she shouldn't have gotten in the midst with Dorian in the first place.
Hey, but you can't wait forever. I'm not mad at her for that.
Okay.
I'm not mad at her for that. I just feel like she should have been upfront with everybody from the beginning, because then...
Oh, excuse me, Alexis. We have something real interesting going on in the chat over here. Gracie and Ryan. Hello, Gracie and Ryan. It says Emma is going to be an infiltrator from Malivore.
Oh, that's a good analyst.
Well, last week Sam said she didn't trust Emma. So,
hey,
maybe.
She in the school, she kind of, she close-knit to a lot that's going on. So that's a good analyst, actually.
Okay, all right. I just wanted to point that out.
That's a good analyst. That's going to be interesting if it plays out that way. Yeah, so that was any more final thoughts? I mean, we touched on Dorian and Alaric. I hope Dorian comes back. I really like him, but, who's to say?
I think he'll be back.
Don't let a woman ruin your friendship.
Yeah, when you in a situation like that, when you leave abruptly like that, you need time to sort through your feelings, and I think he'll be back, especially when they really need him. He'll be back.
He'll be back. He gonna come back. It'll be all right. So let's head into our special segment, which is Fiercest Moments. So we talk about people that characters in the show that had fierce moments, whether it's I guess just a fierce moment or just someone that you think did a really good job, I guess, tonight in the episode. Oh, yes.
Get it.
Knockout. So who do you have for tonight for the fiercest moment?
My fiercest moment / person is Caleb.
Okay.
I think Caleb jammed tonight. He did not totally win my trust back, but he allowed me to start paying attention to him again.
And they brought, he getting a little, they gave him some more, I guess, camera time. Like,
Yeah.
he getting a little more, because
Yeah.
he don't, in the past couple of episodes, he really haven't he's been there, but not been there.
Right.
But this episode, he shined. So I
Yeah.
agree with that. I like that fierce moment. With me, I'm going to go with the scene where Hope, Lizzie, and Josie work together. I mean, I love when these three girls team up because I feel like together they're very strong. So I really want them to get along and get teamwork going. So I have to say my fiercest moment goes to Lizzie, Josie, and Hope when they work together to defeat the mummy for
On
that
Main
little
Street.
quick, for that
That's
little
right.
quick little scene.
That was a good one.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
I have to agree with that one.
Put your differences aside and fight the battle.
Yeah, I feel like they work together as a team. So I love seeing the three girls work together. I think they can be very powerful and have a strong relationship if they. And I think it's coming together.
It might be,
coming.
that little look at the end from Hope to Josie.
It's
might be a
coming.
little something there.
It's coming. I feel like when we get to the second season, they're gonna all be friends. That's what I'm hoping for. They're gonna be the best of friends.
And now what are they gonna do about Raphael though?
I don't know about
Okay,
Raphael.
now.
That's another story. That's another story. I don't know. But yeah, so let's head on into our news and gossip for tonight.
AfterBuzz TV News.
So for tonight's news and gossip, the Legacies YouTube channel does a little behind the scenes with the directors of the show. So here's a little clip with them talking about tonight's episodes. There's a mummy on Main Street.
I hate that urn, so I'm just gonna get rid of it.
We are here to talk about our 12th episode of the season called There's a Mummy on Main Street.
Slug or not, I'm responsible for the things I do, and I have very likely unleashed a new monster on the humans that live outside the gates of the school, so I need to clean up this mess.
This episode is also directed by the fantastic Julie Plec. Very exciting.
Pack your flippers, Dorian. We're going on a road trip.
Our team has to go and recover the urn and vanquish the monster before a lot of innocent people are hurt in the process.
Are we there yet?
I'm boiling.
I'm freezing.
I'm starving.
If you're going 6 hours away and it's spring break at the Salvatore School, this calls for a road trip.
Are we there yet?
So a whole bunch of our team piles into Dr. Alaric Saltzman's undercover minivan and hit the road.
This is obviously the work of a mummy.
I told you.
I think when you're gonna do a show Monster of the Week, of course you're gonna do a mummy, and so our mummy is just a really great design that is unique, much like the merman. It's reverential, but it is also unique to us and has a story, and we really get into the biology and how these people work.
Yes, that's cool that Julie directed this episode.
Yeah.
She's the writer of the show. That's really cool. Monster of the Week. I like that. That's what we need to start calling our calling them Monsters of the Week.
Oh, that's what we're doing, yeah.
Yeah, that's what she just said. So I
All right.
like the way she put that together.
Thank you, Julie Plec.
Yes.
Doing a fantastic job.
Yes,
keeping
we
us
love
on
Legacies.
our toes.
Love
Yes, we do.
Legacies. And let's head on to our predictions for next week.
And now, your AfterBuzz
Like a little crystal
TV
ball.
predictions.
So let us know. What are you predicting for next week? What are you hoping to see? What are you expecting? What do you think is going to be the monster of the week? Just let it all
The
out.
monster of the week, I really have no idea what the next monster could be.
It's something
Yeah, it's just
like
something-
a mummy. It's something different.
Yeah, very different. My predictions, I think that Dorian is going to come back next week, actually. That's one thing. And I feel like the school is going to be either approached or attacked in some form by the Triad. I think they're going to try to make a presence at the school to either scare Dr. S in the school or, strike fear. Something I think is going to happen.
I agree. I think the Triad, it's too many supernaturals there. He gonna come.
is.
Shady Agent Clark, that's his new name.
Yes, Shady Agent.
Shady Agent Clark. I think he's gonna come because he knows too much, and of course he's still looking for Landon. So he knows where Landon is, I believe.
Of course, yeah.
But he's gonna come, and then the little clip we saw for next week. I'm very interested to see how Landon and Raphael end up in this forest.
Yes.
that's kind of
That was strange.
that was very strange, and
and
then
Raphael couldn't remember.
what happened to Landon, which the Shady Agent Clark.
You never
Wouldn't be
know. I'm
surprised.
telling you.
And then I'm also hoping that Dorian comes back because the Salvatore School won't be the same without him. So hopefully he comes back and, they reconcile. They have a great relationship. Emma, I don't know about you, girl, right now.
Well, a lot of people in the chat think Emma might be a little bit evil. They say Dr. S has bad luck with women.
Oh, he does.
Yeah, I mean,
he does.
It's proven.
It's proven past and Vampire Diaries. He does. He does. Yeah, Emma, I don't know. I'm not really a fan of Emma right now. So, maybe she is on the dark side, because that whole little situation, I don't like how she did that. So
We'll find out.
We'll find out. Well, yeah, that concludes There's a Mummy on Main Street for tonight. My name is Alexis Moselle. You guys can find me on social media at Madam_Moselle, and then Twitter, Madam_Moselle1. And where can they find you?
It's Joshua right here. You can find me at Cleverly Clad.
All right, and we'll see you guys next week, and hopefully Sam will be back with us. See you guys later.
All right. Appreciate y'all.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.